Hey everyone, thank you for joining our cohort tonight. Um, Tonight is really to teach you all how to manage your SEO, right? For if you own a website, how do you get visibility online? How do you optimize it? Um, without paying someone to do the work for you, right? So it's really geared towards entrepreneur and small business owner. And this cohort is sponsored by Elevate Hennepin. It's basically to support entrepreneur and small businesses in Hennepin County. Hennepin County is the largest population in Minnesota. Um, and if you want to learn more about the Elevate Tech Essential program, there is a link to our PowerPoint slide here. We will make it available on our website. And also wanted to remind you all that we do have two incentives for Hennepin business owner. So if you attend or watch 6 out of the 8 workshops, you can qualify for a free website. This will be done in WordPress platform, and also will host your website for 1 year free of charge. We also have a reimbursement grant program, which covers up to 75% and up to $1,500 of any business technology related purchase. If you have any questions, feel free to email Jang. He is the admin and the application person to contact. And our previous recording is posted on our website. There is a link to the PowerPoint slide, so all the videos and presentation is posted on our website. Just a little bit of housekeeping. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or type into the chat box, and we can answer as we go. Halfway in between, we can do like a 5-minute break if anyone needs a break. And then again, this is the third workshop so far. So we're doing 8 workshops for this cohort here. So this is number 3, which is on search engine optimization. Last 2 weeks, the first one was really the market research, building your digital strategy. So once you have your strategy, then you want to create your website. So the second workshop was on website design and development using WordPress. And then once you have the website, you want to know how to optimize it, right? How do you optimize your website for the search engines? And then so on, right? So I'm going to be teaching more of social media marketing, online advertising, like paid search, paid advertising, email marketing, using different AI tools and how to measure success, right? Using website traffic analytics. This is the table of contents. It's basically the strategy that I will be teaching today. It's going to be intro to SEO. What are the benefits for SEO? What's the overview of SEO that, what type of checklists do you need to help you with your SEO, the flow chart, again, strategy, the different tools, how to do keyword research, how to do competitive analysis, how to do a website audit, comparing local SEO versus organic versus AI, right? So that's going to be interesting. I'm doing on-page SEO, which is on the website. Off-page is anything that's outside of the website, right? So there's 2 different factors when it comes to SEO. There's on-page and there's off-page. And then finally, the SEO KPI, right? Key performance indicator. What is it that you are looking for to achieve success, right? How do you measure your results? Any questions so far before we continue? So I forgot to move my PowerPoint slide to the next page. But again, this is the table of contents. So what are the 8 benefits of search engine optimization, right? Basically, search engine optimization offers numerous benefits. The first one is to increase visibility and traffic to your website. So optimizing for the relevant keywords that's related to what your business is doing, it can help you rank high on the search engine, and it can lead to increase in traffic to your website. It's cost effective. So unlike paid advertising where you're paying for clicks, right? SEO is organic ranking. So if you're up there, you're not paying for any you're not paying for to be at the top, right? But you do have to optimize it, whether you pay someone to help you out or if you're doing the work yourself. Once you're on the top, you can stay at the top as long as you continue to do SEO work to maintain your position at the top, right? Because to be at the top, there's many different factors, and we'll go through the SEO ranking factors later on in the slide. Better user experience. So, SEO involves optimizing a website, not just for the search engine, but also for the user. Why? Because you're improving your site speed, you're improving your mobile friendliness, improving your photos, your load time, and all that, right? So that has to do with user experience. I'm pretty sure you guys have been to a website that loads very slow, and you probably don't want to waste time or would like to wait too long, right, for that website to load. So user experience is very important. That's part of the ranking factor as well. Increase credibility and trust. So if your website appears on the first page of the search engine results, oftentimes people thinks are gonna have the mentality to think that that's credible, right? You're at the top of the search engine for a reason. You must be doing something right. You must be important, right, for Google to put you at the top. Competitive advantage, staying at the top of SEO trends and implementing the strategy. It can help you gain a competitive edge over your competitors, right? And it can really help, determine whether, for example, if someone's buying something or if they're doing research on your service, they may Google first, right? And if you're at top of the search engines, that can help you be more competitive, where someone will go with you because you have that visibility online, right? The other one is sustainable results. So once you're at the top, it will help sustain you at the position. It can generate you traffic, again, without paying for that traffic. And some of these positions, just being at the top results can be worth thousands. And some businesses, they rely solely on the search engines. And when they drop in rankings, that impacts their business. So again, there's businesses out there who's doing millions of dollars just being on the search engines. Enhance local presence. So for local businesses, you need local SEO strategy. Local is a little bit different from national or organic strategy because when you focus on local, you focus on how do you rank on the local maps, right? When someone is searching for a local, for a location on their phone, right? That's the local map is considered local SEO. So that's a little bit different. That has to do with your local Google business. Um, Number seven is, so that was number seven. Number eight is the data-driven insights. So SEO will also provide you a lot of data, right, about your audience. If you are tracking traffics, you can, the insight that you get from the traffic, you can tell how much time they're spending on your website, the different demographics, what type of device they're using, what type of browser. You can get a lot of information and it helps you understand your customers through the data. So again, SEO is the foundation of one of the digital marketing methods that I recommend. It's a must-have for anyone who has a website, and it's part of your marketing goals, right? If you have some type of website, some type of business, definitely look into SEO. SEO is something that you should do as part of your marketing efforts. So this slide here is a slide of search engine market share. Again, Google has about 80 to 90% of the market share for the search engine. Bing is increasing, so this data could probably change this year alone. This is based on 2022, 2023. So I know Bing with the new Bing AI, Bing has gotten some traction. So that's probably going to change a little bit, but for the most part, Google is the dominant search engine. And if you optimize for Google, most likely you will rank on Bing and other search engines as well. They all have similar algorithms when it comes to ranking. And the different search engine stages you need to understand is crawling, right? That's when the robot, they call it robots. So the bot will crawl your website, it will index your pages, and then it will serve the search results based on what they index and based on relevancy. So that's the three things you need to know. Um, so here's the search engine ranking, right? Um, and this is just based kind of like on the algorithm. It's not going to be exactly 100% accurate, but the main thing that you need to focus on is if you look at the pie chart here, consistency, high quality content, right? So content is probably one of the most important thing, having unique content, um, keyword and meta titles. So what you have in your title tags for your web page is very important. Your meta tags, the backlinks, links that are coming from external website to your website is also very important. That's 15% of the ranking factor. Your niche, user engagement, and there's going to be many more like trustworthy, mobile friendly, your page speed, internal linking, if your website is secure or not. So these are all some of the other factors. When I say user engagement, I want to talk a little bit about that. So even if your website is ranked on top, if it doesn't have engaging titles, engaging description, and no one's clicking on it, then your ranking will drop, right? That's a new norm for a lot of the um, platforms like Amazon, Facebook. If your ads is being shown a lot and no one's clicking on it, then your rankings will drop. So user engagement is very important. So having a checklist is very important too. There's a lot of free checklists that you can download online, or you can create your own. I took the checklist from SEM Rush, which is a digital marketing website that I use. So basically, this is a simple checklist just to identify your target keywords, optimize your title tags, your headlines, description, your URL, target keywords, vice versa. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but just having some type of checklist like this will help. And this is also available if you go on the link. I also provided the source link to get this checklist as well. Search engine AI chatbot. Why did I put this in? Because this is the next big thing where a lot of these chatbot that on the search engine like Google Gemini, Bing, Copilot. These chatbot are pulling search results and they're going through the search. They're providing the information through the chatbot, right? So a lot of people might think that AI is taking over, but no, AI is pulling the information from the search results. SEO is still very important because this is how the chatbot will pull the information. And I'm pretty sure you guys have typed in or used Bing AI or maybe Google Gemini when you type in a search and it asks if you want to generate AI answers. A lot of the answers are being pulled through the database. This is kind of an old slide, but it's Google Gemini now, Bing Copilot. But basically, Bing last year Bing had over 100 million users when they had the new AI, OpenAI being partnership with them. I'm pretty sure the number has increased since then. Same thing with Google. Since Google launched Gemini, it has increased the market share as well. And the Google search engine layout, right? So I'm going to do a lot of going back and forth with the slides and also doing some live demo. The search engine layout, you just kind of need to understand where are the advertising, which ones are the organic search results, right? So I'm just gonna pull up my browser here to show you all. So for example, let's say I search something online, right? About to do like And I can take, if anyone's interested in doing something, having me use your business as an example, I can as well. So if not, I'm just going to do like for my agency, right? So let's say um, digital marketing agency in Minneapolis, right? And when you see these search results, when you look at the search results, right? Most of the time you'll see where it says generate AI. If you want to get answers from AI, you can click generate and you'll get answers from AI. Again, AI will also pull a lot of information from the search engines. And then the sponsor here are paid ads, right? Um, so meaning if I click on this ad now, it's going to cost them money. which I'm not going to do. So anything where you see sponsors on top of the search results are paid ads. And then underneath these sponsors are organic results, right? First, you'll see clutch.com or .co. That's the number one on the search results, organic search results. And then Google shows the local pack, the local search results by the business location. And then after the business locations, it goes back to the organic search result. So it's important to understand how to view the search engine layout, which is organic, which is paid, which is local. So that way, if you're trying to rank for something and you're searching for your business, you can kind of understand how the search layout works on Google. Again, I showed you a little bit about AI answers. When I type in AI SEO marketing agency in St. Paul, Google came up with my company name, Digital Synergy. So how do you do a SEO website audit, right? So if you're starting SEO on your website, you want to do an audit first, right? You want to see what needs to be improved on your website. So I've provided some of the links here. The mobile tests, website mobile friendly tests. This will test if your website is mobile friendly, and we can kind of take a look at it too. Actually, the new link is the page speed, right? So if I wanted to test my website, or if you wanted to test your website, I recommend using that. This link will also help tell you how fast, how optimized your website is. Again, if your website is really slow, Google is not going to rank your website high because they know that you don't have a good user experience on your website. I'll let this run. Going back to the presentation. So you need some type of local audit tool as well. I try to provide tools that are free. So let's go to this website here. So if you wanted to see local listings, right, and to see if your website is how many listings you have, how many listings you need, what type of errors you're getting, you can go to this website. So the Hoff.com local SEO tool. Basically, you put in your business name, address, phone number. You click scan, it's going to scan. I already ran this earlier. So it says that this 90% that I got 91% inaccurate listing, right? And this is based on the number of listings. So what this tool does is it compares your business name, your address, phone number throughout the website, right? It crawls the website, it looks for different listings, right? Where there can be a discrepancy. Because I had the some listing, I had my old listing here. So it had my same phone number, but it had different address. So then this is something that this audit tool marked as incorrect or some errors. So I need to fix that. And then it gives you a list of all the local business listing where you should have your business listed. Some of these are free, some may be paid. So I would take a look at these local listings, make sure you have business profile. The more business profile you have, it's going to help you rank higher on the local search results. And the more you have, they call it name, business address, phone number mentioned on the internet. That helps you with your local listings too. Also, review is also very important too. So if you have good reviews, you're probably going to be ranking higher than your competitors. And then the other one I recommend was SEO Timer. I actually have like a screenshot of this where I can go to my website. So I kind of have like I use that tool to implement a lot of the website audit too. So you can go to you can get like a paid version, or you can just utilize, or you could utilize it for free. But I think with the free version, you only get to use it once. So for example, if I want to just quickly type in my website, my name, and then email. Let's put in some type of email here. It's going to run a website audit report for me. And this website audit report will give me a grade on, how well optimized my website is, from the website SEO to the links, usability, performance, and social. It's going to give me a grade on that. So a lot of this stuff, if you're not familiar with reading a lot of the information here, that's fine. Because this is a lot of technical stuff. It's a lot of stuff where a SEO analyst would look at and do it on that technical level, deep dive work. But basically, you just kind of need to know what's your score, right? What are you scoring, and what is it that you need to improve on? What are your errors? Because this gives a lot of information, and a lot of the information could be coding errors. It could be um, other type of content error, where this is where for here, it says that the on page, the title tag, the meta description. I'll show you all that where this is located on your website. And the report goes on. It tells you your rankings and everything like that. So you need some type of um, audit tool to kind of learn how to evaluate your website. I also use like a desktop tool to kind of look at all the URLs on my website, right? Where I can see what the title is. I can see the length of the title. I can see the description, the meta description length, because the length is important, right? For the title, Google wants it to be about 70 characters. For the meta description, the recommendation number of character is less than 150. The reason why, because when you do search on that, Google only shows you a number of characters, right? So for example, this URL here, right? So this is the page title. And I believe the limit is 70 characters. So anything past 70, it's not going to show on the search engine. So that's why it's important to make sure that you show the most important title under 70 characters. And then what I highlighted here on the search result is the meta description. Um, and that only is about 150 characters. So that's why it's important when you look at the title tag, the number of characters, all that matters. The H1 tag, the header tags, the number of images, the number of word count on your website. All those are something that you should consider. And then also errors on the page, if there's any error codes on your page, if your page is up and running or not. The number of links to your page, and we can go that in a bit here where I can show you what I mean by links. So back to the presentation. Again, so SEO audit, knowing how to perform a detailed SEO audit is important because you need to know what you need to improve on. And looking at the tools that I gave you, you can tell if your website is not optimized or not. Some pages may show up that, there's no meta description or there's just generic title tags that you need to improve on, right? You need to optimize, you need to write a good engaging title that has keywords in it. And then after the website audit, we will start on the keyword research, right? Keyword research is probably one of the most important things to start on because you need to know which keyword you're targeting, right? Because if you're ranking on top of the search engine and you're not, and that keyword has no search volume, right? Where no one's searching for that keyword, but you're ranking on top of the search engine for that keyword, you may not even get any traffic, right? So you want to target keywords that can drive traffic to your website. So I'll show you how to do a keyword research. What I recommend is using Google Keyword Planner. I believe I already have a page open here. So Google Keyword Planner, I did leave the link on the presentation as well if you don't know how to access it. Basically, you have to create an account through Google Advertising. So I'm just going to choose one of the accounts here. So once you sign up for Google Ads, right, you can access the keyword planner too. And then the keyword planner too, you can look for the search volume. You could discover new keywords. So let's say, I don't know if anyone wants to put in a chat bot where if you want to use, I can use your business if you want me to do some research on it. Looks like Tammy put in business. I'm just gonna check to see what type of business you're doing. Okay, Tammy, so it looks like you are doing handmade premium skincare products, right? So natural. So let's just type in natural skincare products. And then you can also put in the website URL as well so that Google can look at the website and also make some recommendation on the keyword research, get results. And then there's also other recommendations where you can do skincare products, natural cosmetic product. And below are the results. Based on the discovery keywords, there's over 409 keywords that are showing up. But the ones that we want to look at, let's say, so the first column is the keyword, right? The second column is the average monthly search per month on the Google search engine. And these are based on national keywords. You could change it. So this is based in the United States. If you wanted to just say, hey, I want to just check what's the number in Minnesota, right? Let's just say, since we're in Minnesota, I want to just target Minnesota. And I want to just get the keywords volume based on Minnesota. So it's going to update the keywords for me based on Minnesota. And then again, the average monthly search is the number of searches that people are searching per month. Competition is high. To be at the top, it's going to cost you about $4 to $5, $4 to $5 to be at the top of the search results if you're advertising for it. But we're not going to look at that. That's for paid search. But basically, this is just to give us an idea of what's popular, right? What are people searching for? So once you know this list here, you can download this list into an Excel sheet. So I would just download to CSV. And then you can open up the report and look at the keyword in a little bit more detail where you can kind of organize it to to which keywords are your top keywords, which one are not relevant, you can kind of delete, or you can yeah, you can delete some of the keywords that's not relevant, because this is kind of like a broad search and recommendations of what people are searching for. And based on your website, right? Like shea butter skincare, some of these you'll have to see if it's relevant to what you're doing. So I'm just gonna look at your website real quick here. So just checking to see if you are just selling or if you're local as well. Looks like you are online store. Okay. And if you're using Chrome, there's a lot of plugins for SEO as well that you can install on the extension. So one of them is SEO Quick, which if I click on it, it's gonna show me information about the website, right? I could tell what your page title is. I could see what your meta description is. Looks like you don't have any meta description. Your title is not optimized. So yeah, all these need to be fixed. You can also look deeper into how many images not optimized, what's your headings, um, your schema markup. It's kind of like this is the file that you can generate on your website, your robot.txt. All these are kind of like coding, SEO related as well. Your internal links, these are all the internal links on your website. External links, links that are going out of your website. So a lot of these tools here you can also install to kind of help you out to do some SEO. And then back to the keyword research. So once you have the keyword research download, you could basically copy that into what I did earlier is I already have um, a SEO recommendation meta tag, right? So what I did was I organized the page. The map keywords mean the keyword that I'm targeting, the current title, the title length, what will the new title be, and the current meta description on my website, and what will be the new meta description. Just ignore the no's here. I'm just gonna delete these. So the way I like to do is I like to keep track of what was currently um, previously on my web page before making any changes. So I like to know what I had before and what is the new recommended title, right? That way, if you make any changes and you want to be able to track results, right? If you make changes, you want to see if there are any results. Same thing down to the meta description. This one where it says there's no meta description, then I want to add a new meta description and so on, right? You could look at your header tag as well. Your H1 tag is considered your header tag on your website. So if you don't know what that is, you can also Google what meta tag is or the header tag. So most of the time, header tag is like the um, header fonts. Um, and you can do that through the SEO audit. It'll tell you what the header tag is for your homepage and the other pages on your website. And it's recommended that your header tag contains keywords as well. So here, if you're doing like natural organic skincare, you want to make sure that that's part of your keyword too, right? That on your title page, you want to make sure that that's included in your title page and that's mentioned in your meta description. So that's why when you're doing keyword research, you want to find out, I'd say list like the top 5, 10 keywords, right, that you want to focus on. And then use these keywords to write content on your web page to optimize your web page on. So so the key again, the keyword research will tell you that there's searches for these keywords. So these are good keywords, but if you go down further, there's going to be keywords where there may be no searches too, right? So some of these keywords are lower in search volume, skincare, natural beauty, true skin naturals. They have 10 searches per month. But it's good to have a combination of both because if you're targeting very competitive keywords, you may not rank on top of these keywords too, you know. So it's good to have a mix of competitive keywords and medium to low competitive keywords included. Um, and the less competitive keywords are usually they call it long tail keywords, right? Keywords that consist of multiple words. So those would be less competitive. But again, this make sure that you have the right keywords before you target your website. So that's why I always encourage people, if you're building a new website and you're having someone write your content, make sure you have a strategy in terms of how you will write the content, what keywords you will target per page. And it's good to have some type of Excel sheet to kind of organize that, right? Where you can list that, hey, for the homepage, I want to, for me, let's say for the homepage, I want to target AI digital marketing agency. So I'm going to include AI digital marketing agency in my title, which you see in my title and in my description, right? So AI digital marketing agency is also in my description. So that's how you kind of start with the keyword research and applying that to your web page. And then in order to track results, you can do it manually or you can use a tool to track where you're ranking, right? So you can actually search on the search engine to see if you're ranking, if your website homepage is ranking for this keyword. If I was to type in AI digital marketing or AI digital marketing in Minneapolis, St. Paul, am I ranking, the top 50 pages, right? Or the top 10 pages. I like to use tools to check the rankings for me because I just don't want I don't have time to be clicking through different pages, trying to track, especially when you're tracking, many pages, hundreds of pages, you definitely don't want to be doing that manually because that's going to take a lot of time. That being said, let's go back to the presentation. And so keyword research, that was a quick demo. And then how do you do competitive analysis, right? When I say competitive analysis, you want to analyze your competitor. What are your competitors doing, right? What is it that, why are they ranking on the top search results? So I like to use SEM Rush. It's a paid tool. It's also a free tool, but you'll be limited in terms of what you can do um, with the free version. So when I do competitive analysis, let's say I want to search for, I'm going to continue to use Temi's website. So let's say if I was to search on the search engines, natural skincare products, natural organic skincare products. And then if I want to do competitors, let's say that since this website is ranking on the top of the search results here, they must be doing something right to be at the top. So I can you can click on the website. This is the organic results. It's not the paid. So you copy the URL, and I'll go back to the website here. I'll paste in the URL. I'll do a search on it, and then this tool is going to pull a lot of information on this website. It's going to tell me it's going to tell me, the authority score. This is based out of 100, which is 28. Organic traffic, they are getting about 4,000 visitors per month. They have about 2,000 keywords that's ranking for their website. Looks like they're running paid ad as well. And they have about 5,000 backlinks. So links that are coming to the website. And then if you want to go more into detail, you can kind of see what they're doing for their title too. So if I was to look at their website, what their title is, the title starts with the best USDA certified organic skincare, free shipping, natural beehive. Okay, so just a quick description of what their website is. And what I searched earlier was natural skincare products, right? So we want to see how many times that keyword was used in here. So natural skincare. I guess they only have that on the title page, not on the website. Because when I'm trying to search on their website to see how many times they have skincare, natural skincare, they don't have any, but they have it on the title. Yeah, so I'm just going back to the results here. Natural organic skincare. Actually, it was natural organic skincare. Yeah, so even though they rank on natural organic skincare, they don't have the keyword on their website. They just have it on the title. Organic skincare. Which means that they probably have link building that has those type of words on it from other websites. And if you look at some of you can tell which type of keywords they're ranking for. Organic beauty products, they're number 2. You could look more into details. There's over 1,700 words that they are ranking for. You can look at the main competitors. Yeah, these are big websites though, because these are kind of like national websites. But if you're targeting more geo-target, if you're targeting in certain states, that would be less competitive. But if you're targeting national, you probably need to find a niche where you can be unique. And they're unique because they looks like they focus on some type of honey, right? Honeybee organic stuff that's included in the recipe for the skincare product. And then again, if you can look to see what their ads are, what are they writing on their um, paid ads. You can see what type of links they have that's coming back to their website. So when I say backlinks, let's say Healthline, right? They have an article on Healthline that's linking back to the website. So this is a big website here, and the anchor text shop now at Honey Girl Organic. So that's the anchor text that's coming from this article here. So let's go find where that link is. I think it's shop now on Amazon. This looks like it's probably more like a paid position. So it looks so where you see shop now at Honey Girl Organics, this is linking. When I click on this link, it's gonna bring link back to the website. So that's considered a backlink, right? So that's why when I talk about off-page SEO, the links that you get from important websites that's relevant is very important on your ranking too. Because if you have links from websites that are not important, that are not ranking high, it's not going to matter if you have a lot of links. So the links, quality of links is very important too, right? Where you're linking from. So again, Healthline is a big website. Um, and again, this is probably a paid ad for them to pay to be listed on here to have this anchor text here. But again, it helps with SEO though. So that's kind of how when you do competitive analysis, you can look at the backlinks, right? Where the backlinks are coming from. And you can also use this as a strategy where you can use, hey, you can be like, hey, I want a link from Healthline too. So this can give you ideas to build links from certain websites that they're on to. They have a bunch of links from Cosmopolitan and vice versa, right? And also, oops, let me go back one. And then when I say the anchor text is the text that are linking back to your website. So that's important too. Um, a lot of time it's good to have the anchor text that has the keyword in it. So that's why on this competitive tool, it shows me top anchors, right? Top anchor text that they're using. So they have a number of things from, again, organic skincare products to facial cleanser, makeup remover, and vice versa. Index page. These are just pages that are being indexed by the search engine. So does that make sense? Any questions so far in terms of what I'm looking at, what I'm trying to explain? So the backlinks are coming from other websites. Then you also want to look at, what are they doing on their website in terms of their title, meta description, the content. So organic skincare. So they don't have the same keyword, but you know, let's just see how many times they have organic skincare mentioned. So they got organic skincare mentioned once. Um, they have the word organic mentioned 10 times on their website. They have skincare mentioned 4 times on the website. So a lot of times it may not be the exact keywords, but it may be a lot of the single keywords triggering Google to rank them higher, right? Where they have a lot of keywords that has to do with skincare, organic. Um, that's why they are ranking on top search results for um, organic skincare products. Can a website on Facebook be used as backlink? Yes. Yep. So if you have local listings on like a business page on Facebook, on Yelp, all those will be considered kind of like a link back to your website. So, having multiple profiles on social media and local listings, they all help with SEO rankings. So that's comparative analysis, right? And to kind of go into more details, you can also see what they're writing, right? In terms of, let's say, the number of words that they're using, the number of keywords that they're using. All this you can kind of look at in terms of SEO, and it can kind of give you an idea of what you need to write on your content. So on the homepage, they have 2,000 words on the homepage. So then, when you're building your website, you want at least, I'd say 1,000 words on certain pages. You want to have good content on your pages. Unless you're a well-established website, content will still be very important. And other things that you want to look at is, the images, the load time, what is it that they're doing for their image, what's the name of the image there. So there's ways that you can name your images too that will help with SEO. So make sure that your images are optimized, making sure that your titles optimize. Like this is probably the H1 tag here. Let me see. Internal headings. Yeah, so the H1 tag here is the page implements. This tool here will tell you if they have like certain H1 tags, if they have certain images, attributes and stuff like that. But there are other SEO tool as well. Like if I was to do a full audit on this, I would probably use my other tool. So because it's a lot easier to read where I could tell, what the title is. This is more a software desktop tool that I use where I could get a little bit more details in terms of what they're using for their title, um, the errors and stuff like that too. So it's an audit tool that I use. I can tell what the H1 tag and everything is. But if you don't know how to do it, you can use like, a lot of plugins that you could utilize on Google, or if you're using other browsers, there's probably other tools. If you search like SEO audit tools, I'm pretty sure that you can find some of those tools, or the one that I showed earlier, um, SEO timer. You can also utilize that to run some audit too. The tool right here. So this tool can also give you a lot of insight too in terms of, what they're targeting and what the keywords are. Any questions with the competitive research analysis? And then next is, again, I mentioned Google Business Profile is very important too. So if you're a local business or if you have a local business address, this is important too because it will help you with your local listings. Um, so to look at that, I'm going to, we have the web page here. Let's see. So basically, if you go to google.com/business, if you don't already have a profile, I would sign up. If you already have one, then just make sure it's optimized. Basically, you would sign up, manage, and then when you manage it, it's basically just the way it's a little different now, the way Google has it set up. You can edit profiles, read reviews, messages, photos, performance, advertise. You can do things like services, booking, calls, Q&A. You can add different updates. And when you optimize your business, you want to make sure you have keywords in it too, right? So if I'm trying to rank for a marketing agency, I want to make sure I have those in my description. You want to make sure that your profile is fully filled out properly with photos, information. And once you have that optimized for Google Business, you kind of want to use this profile to duplicate this information throughout the other local listings or social media profiles. Again, like if you have LinkedIn business page, you want to kind of use the same information on LinkedIn, Facebook, Yelp, and all the big local listings and social media profiles. So the important thing is that Google looks at is a name, address, and phone number. Make sure that there's no discrepancy when it comes to that. Again, having good reviews is also good. Um, and then you can also link like your on your Google profile, you can also link your different Facebook profiles or social media profiles on your local listing as well, your business profile, Google business profile. And then again, if you're not sure about the different listings, as I showed earlier, use some type of tool to do the audit for you. It's time consuming to sign up and to verify information and all that. Sometimes you have to send postcard. I know Google now they want you to do like a video recording, right, to show that you're the owner, to verify that you're at the location. So they've gotten more strict in terms of verification for business address. Let me just Any questions with the local listing, Google Business Profile? And I would do the same for Bing as well. So Bing is very important too. So make sure that you have a profile registered on Bing as well. So a lot of people they don't really work on Bing. They kind of just focus on Google, but I would also focus on Bing. So just going back to the SEO website SEO here. I showed you guys a little demo of setting up some type of Excel sheet. If you have a website, let's say I want to just use like WordPress, for example, right? Um, if you want to optimize your website for WordPress, make sure that you have certain SEO plugin installed. Again, I use all-in-one SEO plugin. We talked about this last week with the WordPress development. So installing a SEO friendly plugin. And with the plugin here, let's say if I want to optimize my pages, and let's say if I don't want to go the Excel route and I want to just implement the titles right on my page, right? So you go to all pages, you can look at the grade that the tool gives me. The headline score I got was, let's say for About Company, right? The headline score I got is 39 out of 100. The description or true SEO is about 62 out of 100. So about company, I mean, there's not much to optimize except to the title about my company. But let's just say, and let's say if you want to edit, make quick edits, you just click on the edit sign. You can you can keep it default if I want to just, or if I want to write something unique, I can also type in and write like a unique title to like about digital synergy or whatever it is, right? And I can just write like a quick about and save. And basically, I like this because it's easy. You can just kind of click on the edit button, just quickly update, and then just kind of scroll down and just go through whatever pages that you like. And also, this is also you can also configure AI to kind of write all the description and title for you as well. So there's a way you can also just use AI to kind of write all this. Because if you have a big website, you may want to utilize that to kind of just um, optimize all the pages that you may not get to, and then you can just focus on the important pages. And the important pages would just be whatever is on your URL, right? So let's say the most important pages for my website here will be the homepage, the webinar about us, the services page. Let's say if I was to go back to look at Tammy's page here real quick here. Um, So based on your web page, Tammy, so homepage, the shop page is important. The sub pages, so whatever is on your main title menu, these are the most important pages that you want to optimize first. Because the robots will crawl your website first, and any links that's on the website here, the robots will crawl first as well. So whatever links you have on your homepage, will be more relevant. And also the quick links, social links on the bottom of your footer website is important too. So back to again, if you use a plugin, you can also look at the dashboard in WordPress. So this is the all-in-one SEO plugin. You can launch the wizard if you're not sure how to optimize it first. You can just launch the wizard, answer questions as you go. You can kind of tell, which category best fits your website. Um, you can write your own unique title, or you can have AI auto generate titles for you, phone number, logos, and all that. You can list all your profiles. And once you're done, you basically just click save, continue, and the AI will kind of automate everything else for you. I know we're halfway in between. Does anyone need a 5-minute break? If not, we can keep going. Um, okay. So once you finish optimizing, um, you can just click finish or go back to the dashboard. This can also give you a lot of insight too, where it can kind of do some site audit for you. It can tell you the site score, recommendations, important issues, results. So a lot of the plugins, if you're using WordPress, you can do a lot of the audits as well. There's also paid features where you need to pay in order to use it. But the most important thing is, looking at the quick links here, these are all important links to know. Sitemap is very important too. So if those of you who don't know what sitemap is, basically this gives you, will tell the search engine of all the URLs that you have in your website, right? So if you have a sitemap, you can submit this in Google Search Console. And I'll go through that in a bit here. Um, And if you want to test a sitemap, again, this is my sitemap. It has all the URLs um, on my website. So these are the different main sitemaps. If I click on, so there's a sitemap for posts, sitemap for pages, attachments, um, vice versa. If I want to look at the pages, you can click on the sitemap for pages, and it's going to list all of my different pages as well. And this tells the search engine how often to crawl the web page, right? Change frequency, the number of images, priority, last updated. So the homepage was last updated on the 22nd, where the search engine crawl. And since we're on this, I will jump to, for example, the Search Console here. So Google Search Console is also a must-have tool. So we talked about analytics, right? So you'll need it. Analytics it's a free account by Google, which will track your traffic. And then the Search Console tracks your website health, your links, indexing. So it's a little bit different from the analytics. So this is what you want to do when you submit the sitemap here. You go down to the left here on the sitemap, and then this is where you will put in your sitemap URL. So let's say if my sitemap was, this is my sitemap. I will go to the Search Console and submit the sitemap. Oops, I think I just gotta do um, add a new sitemap. Invalid sitemap pages, please develop path. Yeah, that should be the right sitemap. You know what? I'm on the wrong website, so that's why. That's why it wasn't working because I wasn't using the wrong profile. So let's say if I go to, this is my profile here. If I were to do sitemaps, type in, so basically it has a URL. You just type in the end, um, the extension of the page, and then click submit, and then you'll get the message sitemap submitted successfully. It takes a while to crawl to. Looks like it's detected 600 plus pages on my website. And again, this is important to have because you can see how your website's performing. If your website's doing a lot of spam or there's errors in your website, you can all see that in Google Search Console. Um, and basically just kind of explore, I'd say, just kind of explore the different tabs, overview, performance. It's going to tell you like top queries that's done on your website. So what people are searching for, the number of times, the number of clicks, pages, what are your top pages, where are the searches coming from, different countries, the device type. And there's a lot of information here is also on Google Analytics as well. And then you can look at your pages, how many pages were indexed, page experience, and if there's any pages that you don't want to show up, you can also set it here in the settings here. You can also look at the different links. So just kind of play around with it. I think the most important is make sure that you have a sitemap submitting. Um, and it's going back to the dashboard. I know we're kind of jumping around a little bit here. Um, and I was kind of going over some of the tools and features of this plugin here. A lot of people like to use SEO Yoast as well. So that's pretty popular. But I just like to use the all-in-one because it's a little easier when I click on pages. I can quickly update that. Same thing for local SEO. So just kind of play around with it. Fill out all the information that you need to do. So let's go back to the. So we talked about using Excel sheet to kind of organize your um, meta tags and how you will optimize your tag. So I like to use the Excel sheet too because it kind of allows me to see what I plan and use, what I had before, especially for clients, right? So if I'm working on a client, I want to let them know that this is, these are all the current titles, these are new recommended titles before we optimize it because we want to be able to track what changed, right? So that's a good way to kind of plan out how you plan to write your content, your title, your meta tags. And then once that's done, you can copy paste that into your web pages. And I showed you that how to do that in WordPress, where you can copy paste the title, meta description. Also, one more thing maybe I'll mention is if I wanted to update anything on my website here, you can also go to pages, and if you wanted to update like a certain page, right, you can also click edit, and you can add, different content to your web page. If you want to change titles or add images, this can all be done through the Elementor or whatever editor that you use. You can also implement that on your website as well. So again, if I wanted to change the title, this is probably my H1 tag. you can tell because it says heading, it's a H3 tag. If I want to change it to H1, I can. Let's say I want it to be H1 tag. H1 is a lot stronger. And you can just click update and you can kind of play around and kind of change certain content and make sure that if you want to include certain keywords on this particular paragraph, you can basically just edit that and include certain keywords in it and just kind of be creative. If you need help writing content, I would say, use AI to help you with that. I like to use Chat GPT to write certain content for me. So that's the SEO part, right? Where we just talked about the basic stuff on how to do um, the the title, the meta tags, the content, and also let's just say if I have an image, right? Let's say this image here. Um, in order to have a title for this image here, you want to make sure that you have something in the alt text, right? The alt text is what Google will read. So whatever this image is about, you want to make sure that you have this image optimized as well. Let's say this image, I'm just going to kind of copy paste tech essential cohort, right? Pick out the dash. And then again, some images, they need proper name, proper alt text, because that's what the search engine will read. If you have proper images here, your image can also show up on the search results too. I'm pretty sure when you search for your name on Google, you'll probably see a bunch of your profiles, your LinkedIn, stuff like that, right? That's because you have your name on these images, so they're showing up on the search results. So same thing with images here. Whatever this image is about, you want to make sure you have detailed keywords in the image so that when you search on the Google Photos, it will also show up. So we talked about that. We talked about header tags, content, images. So that's kind of like, just a basic run through. And then let's talk a little bit about analytics. So let's say now that you have everything done and in place, you want to be able to track your traffic, right? And again, make sure you sign up with Google Analytics. It's a free tool or whichever type of tracking tool that you like to use. Some people use like Adobe Analytics, depending on what type of software tools that you use. Analytics is the most common one that a lot of small businesses use. Let's see, my analytics. Okay, so I already have my analytics account opened up. And basically to set that up, you need to have a script. If you have a WordPress website, or if anyone needs help with that, feel free to reach out to us. But if you have a WordPress website, you can basically set up the analytics code. I think we showed this last week where if you go to this particular tool here, general settings, so all-in-one SEO tool, there's a section where you can connect your Google Analytics right from this platform, WordPress plugin. Also, same thing with Google Search Console. We also did it with Bing Webmaster Tools. So this is all kind of built in. If I want to connect Google Analytics, basically I can just click Manage Analytics, and it's going to connect me to my analytics. So it's already all done and connected. Like the active profile here, you want to make sure that this is reflects to the analytics page that you have open here. And to do this, you can see on the admin here. So if you go to admin, let's see. So under admin account, in order to find that profile here, it's going to be under admin here, property details. It's under property details. Okay, preference, admin. So I forgot where it was, but it's somewhere in here where, if you connect it normally, you can automatically connect to the same property here. I showed this in my last one, but Google Analytics changed a little bit. I'd have to look at it again to find out exactly where that profile name is. And basically what I was looking for was that profile that was here. Um, okay, so with that being said, so let's go back to the analytics. You want to make sure that um, you want to make sure that you can understand the information here, right? In terms of what you're looking for, in terms of KPIs, right? Let's say if we want to look for KPIs, how do you read the traffic here? And how do you read which is organic, right? So if you go to acquisition here, traffic acquisition, what you want to look at is the organic search. So that's coming from the search engines. Direct is just people typing in um, the website to the browser, coming directly to your website. Unassigned means that, it wasn't able to track it. Maybe they're using firewall, maybe they're not using cookies. So the search engine was not able to track it. The website was not able to track it. Organic socials, that's coming from social media. Paid search is coming from paid search like Google, Facebook. Um, Paid others, where this is something where the search engine, if they can't record it, they just put as paid others. Referrals can be anything from like emails or other forms of communication. There's another paid social here too, and then organic video. So it's important to just kind of understand, and also understand the engagement, right? Um, the average engagement time per session. So how long are they staying on your website? What's the average time? Um, how are they engaging the session? What's the engagement rate? So users mean the number of times that the user showed up on your website. This is just kind of based on the last 28 days. And then you can look into more details again. This information is very similar to Search Console as well, where you have the landing pages. You can see which landing pages has the most engagement. Um, Here it looks like it's the audit tool that I'm using that has the most engagement. Um, and then key events here, these are kind of like key events are like the conversions, right? You can set conversions to track your pages to. So key events here, depending on what the events are, it could be a lead form, it could be to submit or make purchase. These key events is important to know because that's your KPI number, right? Um, and you can tell that, on the homepage I have, so just the home page is just the slash, right? So the slash with no extension here means that it's the home page. So let's at the home page, I had 40 engagement events, which is probably through my forms that people are filling out on my homepage. So let's go to my homepage. Let's say my homepage, I have the a discovery call form, and then also in the middle here, it has the free website audit report, right? So there's two forms here that are being recorded and tracked on for conversions, and then vice versa. These are the other numbers. So you want to look up the engagement rate, the time on your website, and also the bounce rate. So if someone is on the website and they leave right away, that's considered a bounce rate. If you have a high bounce rate, that means that the traffic that's coming to your website is not relevant. And you may want to target different keywords. Make sure that you have relevant engagement, more engagement on that. So again, you can kind of play around with the analytics. I know this is we're just going to kind of stick with the SEO, but basically with SEO, any type of marketing, you need to be able to track your traffic, track your engagement, um, your user, your traffic, um, and then back to again the way this is set up. It's you want to look at the key events here. So let's say if I'm doing organic search, how many conversions am I getting on organic search? Looks like it's only recording 5. There's 15 referrals that's coming in. It's probably from Facebook because I'm running some Facebook ads too. And then direct, I think these are maybe people are just clicking. These aren't being recorded correctly because maybe someone saw my ad and then they uh, clicked on my link to go directly to my website, so that's not being tracked properly. But you want to look at your engagement, your conversion as well. Again, key events can be anything from purchase to, like I said, lead form. And when you're looking at your channels here, you want to see what the engagement rate is, right? So the higher the engagement rate, the better it is. So these are decent engagement rate. I mean, these are like 74, 60%. Um, yeah. Any questions with analytics? So basically, like I said, I want to just focus on organic search. So I want to see what the traffic is, engagement rate is, and also the conversion. So that's analytics, and I know so key performance indicator. We talked about um, conversion, lead, sales, engagement. Um, so external links. Sometimes a lot of companies they also want to consider that as a um, KPI, right? Because there'll be people who are just looking to build links, right? Where they have a nice website, but they don't have a lot of links yet. So they may want to just focus on building links from reputable websites. Like I said, links can be from news article, news sites, blog sites, social media, directories, and those links will create a link back to their website. So the number of links is important too. And the way you track the number of links can be through the audit tools that I showed earlier. So for example, let's say we want to use let's go to SEM Rush. Um, so 1 month, maybe I'm looking at the number here when I first ran the audit report. There's 5.7 thousand links. And maybe let's say we did some work for 1 month, then we'll come back and we'll do another search, and maybe next month links can increase, right? So that would be considered like a win, a key performance indicator that the links increased. And with the increase of links, um, the authority score can also increase too. So this is very important too when it comes to a ranking factor. If you have a low authority score and your competitor has a high authority score, most likely you won't outrank your competitor. So again, the getting authority score has to do with number of ranking factors from on page to off page link building. Everything all kind of calculates through the algorithm to account for the authority score. Because let's say if I want to do Facebook.com, Facebook probably has like 100 authority score. Yeah. So I typed in Facebook. Facebook has like 15 billion links. They're running $21 million worth of paid ads. They have authority score of 100. Yeah. So let's go back to and then also ranking, right? So how do you measure ranking? I can kind of show the tool that I use, but um, the one that you guys will use, you can probably do it yourself. Let's see. So this is the tool that I use. Um, it's a tool that I track my rankings work, right? If I want to track rankings for certain keywords, I have a list of my keywords here, and every month I would run a ranking track, right? Just to see where the locations are. So this would tell me if it's in the top 50 or not on Google. And there's other free tools online that you can use too, or if you don't have time Or if you have time, you can also search on the search engines yourself too. Just do a search on the search engines, and just click to see if you see your website. But that's gonna be tedious. It's gonna take a lot of time. And also, when you're searching for that, make sure you're using incognito, because if you're searching on a personalized browser, it's not going to be accurate. Because the more you access your website is probably going to rank higher because you utilize it a lot. So make sure you use incognito browsers when you're kind of trying to find the real ranking position of your particular keyword that you're targeting. So these are just keywords that I'm tracking, where it's telling me the number of searches per month, um, all the way down to, I'm searching on Google Rank, uh, Google search engine, also Bing as well, Google Maps, and these are different keywords that I'm kind of targeting. And that's if you're doing SEO. If you're not doing a lot of SEO, you may just focus on paid ads. A lot of people don't do any SEO, but they have the budget to run some paid ads, right? So they just focus on paid ads because it's working for them. So you want to make sure that you can track um, your rankings on the search engines. Um, any questions? Let me see. Looks like Chai has a question here. If you was to clone a website that is a top rank and I want one for a business, customers. Oh yeah, so that's a good question. Yeah, you can. The only difference with that is that they probably have the links that you won't have, right? So, um, you know, I can clone the same exact website like this one here, but you know, and have optimize it just like how it is, but I'm not going to rank as high as them because there's so many different ranking factors that's involved, right? Like I mentioned earlier, the backlinks, the age of the domain name, the time that it's been established, all that builds credibility on the search engines. So if I was to look at, same thing as, hey, let's say if I want to clone Facebook, right? I'm not going to be Facebook because I don't have 2 billion links, right? To build 2 billion links, you got to have millions of dollars to build those links. So sometimes when you think of SEO, SEO is kind of like, an investment too, but a long-term investment because you do have to do some work. You may need some help. You may need a writer, people to build backlinks for you if you don't have the time. But eventually, it's kind of like investment, right? When you rank on the top, you will stay at the top as long as you maintain your SEO. And that's more cost effective. And it's more cost effective because you can get 1,000 clicks on being at the top position where you're paying for nothing. And if you get, if you're paying for 1,000 clicks, that can cost you like, a couple $1,000s, right? So it's going to be more effective in the long run. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Chai, because again, if you're trying to clone the same website, you'll need um, all the links that Facebook has as well. They have over 2 billion links from all these links. If you wanted to go to details to see where the backlinks are coming from for Facebook, you can as well. Like I could, these are all links that's going to Facebook, like redcross.com, YouTube, Sportsline. I can go on and on. And some of these are government websites too. So government websites are also higher authority websites where Google gives it more credibility. But the good thing is that, you can see where the links are coming from, and you can kind of follow and duplicate what they're doing. Say that, hey, they have a link coming from, us.gov. You can try to acquire a link from us.gov too. So that's why SEO, it's a lot of work because to do this type of work, to build links alone is a full-time job. And just to do SEO alone, it's a full-time job. You can sit at home and build links all day, and you probably still won't see results till later on. But it's good to, at least get started. What I recommend is, if you're a local store, then make sure you geo-target your keywords as well. Because, for me, if I'm targeting digital marketing, I'm probably not going to be able to compete nationally with, a lot of the big agencies that are doing digital marketing. So that's why I can geo-target digital marketing in Minneapolis, digital marketing in St. Paul. That will give me a better chance to rank higher. And also, having a local business address helps boost that too. So you can rank on a local search, you can build links and help you rank naturally on the search engines as well. So, so be strategic when you're building a strategy here. Make sure that you have a strategy going into your SEO. So it's almost like a business plan. We talked about having digital strategy at the high level and then a strategy at the specific niche that you're working on too. So you need a strategy going into SEO as well. Um, so let me pull up the presentation again here. And if you don't know, if you need some help, you could always utilize ChatGPT. I think I was trying to run some strategy. You can also just ask ChatGPT to build you some type of strategy as well, SEO strategy, and they will. And ChatGPT is pretty good with that type of information too. So let's say build me a SEO. What a marketing agency. I don't know if it's going to run because I'm using Zoom, so it's a little slow whenever I use Zoom. But basically, yeah, you can build a strategy, SEO strategy too. But or you can just go back to the presentation where and look at the information that I provided. So basically, this was kind of like the end of where we talked about the SEO KPI. So after all the SEO, you want to be able to track your success, right? Success is determined through your keyword rankings because you know the maybe you're ranking at the top 100, right? Maybe you're ranking at the 100th position, right? And then a month later, you may be ranking a top 10. So that's a win. So that's considered a success KPI. So you want to be able to track your position, right? And if you continue to do work and optimize, you'll see that your position will gradually move higher in the search engines. And you want to be at the top 10 or the first page of Google minimum. Um, and then number of links, if you're building links, make sure you can verify those links are being seen through Google, that there's a link increase in external links, conversion, sales, engagement as well. If you're, doing SEO, you want to be able to see traffic. Again, it may take time. It's not like you optimize your website today, you'll see traffic coming in tomorrow. It's more like a long-term investment where it can take months, years to be at the top, just depending on how competitive these keyword searches are. So that's pretty much like a quick run through. I kind of ran through a lot of things quickly, but I also want to leave some time where I can do some live session with someone's with volunteer websites and kind of give you some information and kind of some strategy when it comes to looking at your website. So let's just skip here. And does anyone want me to kind of like look at your website? I know I can tell me, I know I can look at your website a little bit more. Um, so again, look at the table of contents. The high level strategy is basically finding the right tool that will work for you, doing know how to do proper keyword research, finding the right keywords for you to target on your website. Um, you know, doing competitive analysis. So who are your local competitors, right? I think we all know who your competitors are. When you search on the search engines, you know who they are. You can kind of do a competitive analysis to see what they're working on. And then SEO. So once you get that done and once you have the target keyword, then you want to SEO your website, make sure that you have your meta tags set, make sure you know what you're going to write for your meta tags, your content, your keywords, your title tags, your images. And then also, if you're a local business, you have a local address, it's good to have Google Business, Bing business profiles optimized for that. Then you can also the on page, make sure that you have the on page done correctly and also the off page, right? So Normally, what I like to do is finish the on page first and then follow with the off page link building, where I'm continually building, creating content. Um, Other ways that you can create content is, really utilize these AI, right? So I do have automation set up for content where um, AI will write me content, create an image, and post on my website. And I can kind of show that too. So a lot of the WordPress here, you can also automate a lot of the content creation piece. Let me see. So, oh yeah, I think someone's asking what's the answer to chai. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier that yeah, you can create a clone of a successful website, but you won't rank as high because there's number of ranking factors such as links, right? Links, um, the number of years your website has been up and running, your reputation online, all that takes time to build, right? Where you can't duplicate that. You can't duplicate 2 billion links in one day. And if you're using robots to build links for you, Google will know that those are not real links. And you can get flagged for what they call as black SEO, right? Because a lot of people used to do that where they will use some type of robot to create links, to post guest blogs, to spam the website and all that. But that type of link does not work anymore. Google can tell if it's authentic link or not. Um, and practicing that type of unethical SEO will hurt your website in the long run because you can get banned by Google if you do a lot of that, and that black SEO is what they call it. So hopefully that answered your question, Chai. Looks like Gene. Looks like you had a question on that too. Um, okay, so looks like Chai wants to do keyword research on information in for real estate information in Florida. So let's say for that, we'll take out the URL. Let's probably do property management. And you may want to do different versions where you can do property management. And then property management, you may take out the in, you may take out, you can just use a FL for Florida. So do kind of like a variation of different keywords so that Google has a better idea. And then we want to make sure that this is set to just Florida as well. So I'm going to take this out, take out Minnesota, and we'll do, let's just say Florida, right? Since we have the city, I think we could just leave it to United States. Then maybe someone else may, from the country, maybe they have a vacation home, right? So let's just say, let's keep Kissimmee because we already have Kissimmee, Florida. So that's going to be unique. Kissimmee, Florida. So this is what we have. This number is based on, well, let's just put United States. Based on in United States, the last 30 days from March to April, or let's say last month. Okay. Yeah, so based on last month, there's about 10 searches. The number 10 is not really accurate. It could be, it's gonna be under around 10 to it could be 20, 30, but they just put this number here, kind of like a placeholder estimation. So property management, Kissimmee, Florida, there is some searches for it. Since this is a low competitive keywords, Google does not show how much it costs to advertise for it. But if you were to type in Kissimmee property management, there's 590 searches per month. To be at the top, if you were to advertise, it's going to cost you like $20 to be at the top. Um, Year over year, it's a 23% change. So it looks like the demand increase for property management. So all this number here, even though this tool is to use for advertising, it's very useful to use for SEO as well, because I can tell that, there's a increase. I'm sorry, increase from, yeah, year over year. So there's a 23% increase from 2024 to 2023, 50% increase for property management companies, Kissimmee. So this is good information for you to look at, Chai. There's it's shown 13 keywords here, but still, I think this is good information to look at. If you were to optimize your keywords, I would, have these exact keywords um, in your content as well, and combination of this different keywords, including property management, Kissimmee, Florida, um, so these are all information that can be helpful for you if you were to build a website. I don't think you have a website yet, right, Chai? So definitely, if you're looking to build a website, um, I also recommend having a business plan, right? A digital strategy. So, while you're building a website, you want to make sure that you have the right content at the first, when you first build a website too, because a lot of people they build a website, they write out all the content, and then they realize that it's not optimized, and they have to go back in again and optimize everything. So that's going to kind of waste a lot of time. So what I recommend is, do the research first, then while you're building and writing the content, make sure that you get it done right the first time and save you a lot of time, right? So again, now with AI, you can tell AI to write you a lot of content based on these keywords too. Um, and you can tell AI to write when it can be very detailed too. You can tell to write 1,000 words, 2,000 words, how many times to include these keywords in your content. Um, and you can tell it if it's for a blog or if it's for a web page. And GPT can do all that. Um, I'm not sure why ChatGPT is a little slow today, but I would kind of show you what I mean. But for ChatGPT, again, I like to use the different apps here for writing. So if you use Explore ChatGPT, they have a number of writing tools for you, and you just kind of play around to see which one works best for you. But a lot of these tools here will kind of be um, where you can really um, be engaging and tell the the robot what to do, right? Like some of these content here could be, write me 200 words, write me 100 words for a web page for SEO purposes, um, right? For example, this pre pre-prompt here says write 3,000 word blog about future of SEO. So hopefully that helped, Chai. I can also, if you want, like I can send this to you as well. I can download the Excel sheet here. It's only 3 keywords, 13 keywords actually, but I can send that to you. So let me look at a higher view. So these are all different keywords that are good to know. Yeah. And then if building a new website, it may take time. So what I like to recommend is if you have the budget, I would do SEO and also run some ads at the same time. But then again, if you have the budget, because it's gonna cost you like 20 bucks per click. And also a lot of times people are just shopping for rates. So you want to make sure that you have um, not broad search terms, but also just more specific terms, right? Where someone's looking for a property manager and then not just looking for information or learning how to be a property manager, right? So you want to make sure that you can filter that out if you're running ads. Yeah. Um, any other questions? Anyone else would like me to kind of walk through any steps that I talked about earlier that maybe you didn't understand, that you would like to learn a little bit more? Um, and if I want to do competitive analysis on that, Chai, I can also, let's say if I want to see um, who are your top competitors, right? Um, let's say I copy this. Let's go to incognito browser. Oops, missed. So property management, Kissimmee property management. So these are the local management properties. So try. I recommend if you were to do one there, to register for a business address. You don't have to have a physical location, but just a virtual business address will help you. So a lot of times people may not show up to the office. They may just give you a call, or they may meet someone with you. So if you're looking to minimize your overhead costs, definitely register for like a virtual business address, which costs you, anywhere from 20 to $50 a month, just to have a business address in Kissimmee. So then that gives you a good chance to rank on the search engines, on the local maps, on the organic side as well. So let's say this, on the organic side, um, reliable property management is number one for local maps. And then for the organic side, Kissimmee property management is number one on the organic search. So, if you want to do some study on this particular competitor, like I said, I could take that URL, I can put that into SEMrush, and let's find out what they're doing. So it looks like they are, Kissimmee is just more like a extension for their main website. Looks like they are a Orlando property management company, but Kissimmee, they cover Kissimmee as a extension. So let's look at their main website instead of just the so this is their main website, Chai, and then they have locations here, and their base looks like they're based out of Orlando, but they have all these different locations throughout the US. And then if I was to just look at their, so this is their score 11. It's not too high. They're getting about 2,000 searches per month. They have about 3,000 links to the website. You can kind of see what the top organic keywords are, and rank well on Orlando property management. And then if you want to look into, how they're optimizing their website, like I said, you can use a tool. You can tell what they're listing on their website, office locations. I'm on the wrong one here. I'm on office. Look at the main website here. So yeah, they're ranking number one on Orlando property management. That's because they have the keyword on their title. They also have that keyword on their description. I'm pretty sure like on their content, they have that keyword mentioned a number of times as well. So if I was to do, they have Orlando mentioned 14 times. They have management mentioned 16 times. Property mentioned 18 times on their homepage. So yeah, this will give you an idea of what they're doing, Chai, and you can kind of use that too on top of your keyword research and build some good content around that on your website. Um, so the domain name, no, so they're doing this is their website, but then they just have a web page, landing page dedicated for Kissimmee. That's all. Um, but this is their main website. So So they're just being strategic in terms of how they will reach the different cities in Florida. So they have different landing pages set up throughout the U.S. and throughout certain counties, certain states. Yeah, so they're a pretty big website. So yeah, that's if you want to be strategic, you can do one just dedicated for either Kissimmee. If you wanted to kind of target certain places in Orlando, then you can also do that as well, having different location pages. So again, they have different locations. If I was to look at Florida location, yeah, that's I see that they don't have Florida here because they're already Florida base. But if they were to do, so they're just targeting like Oklahoma, right? On these different landing pages. So these are just different landing pages for different towns and city. You can see they have a forum, they have some content in terms of what they do. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely something good for you to kind of look into and kind of duplicate something similar. Yep. Any other questions? Um, and also, I would recommend try to see where the links are coming from as well, because they're ranking on top for a reason. So, if I want to see where the links are coming from, it's coming from all these different websites like Home River, Brokerage, and basically you can do some competitor analysis research. It's coming from um, Yellow Pages, Zoom Info, um, Tampa, Tampa Property Management. So they have a lot of relevant good links coming from real estate properties, right? Real estate website. So links are important too. So you want to make sure that your links are also coming from relevant website, right? If you're doing a website about real estate and you have other things and you have links from a non-related website, that's not going to really count. That's not going to help you much. Any other questions? Hopefully that helps. If you guys have any other questions or need a one-on-one strategy built for you, feel free to reach out to me. And I can help you on that too, because I know it's a lot of information, especially if you haven't done this before, you're not used to it. You may get lost in terms of how to really do SEO properly. So that's why we're here. This is just like a quick high level overview